redu, a sada pozivam njenu ekscelenciju, gospođu Steliana Nedera, rezidentnu predstavnicu UNDP u Bosni i Hercegovini. Izvolite.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, respected colleagues, it is a great pleasure to be here at this second conference. And on behalf of the UNDP team, we are particularly happy to be here because the conversation on the world ahead of us resonates a lot with UNDP's global research thinking and our contributions to the global developmental dialogue. Looking back, definitely last several years show an agglomeration of crises, where fighting the pandemic by many countries happened at the same time with fighting natural cataclysms and being deeply affected by conflicts. Acute crises giving way to chronic, layered and interacting uncertainties at unprecedented global scale, painting a picture of uncertain times and unsettled lives. For the first time in the 32 years that UNDP has been calculating the Human Development Index, we saw this index decline for the second year in a row. The rates fell back to 2016 levels, reversing 7 years of progress around the world. This negative trend is nearly universal, as over 90% of the countries registered a decline in their human development in either 2020 or 2021. And more than 40% of the countries have declined in both years, signaling that the crisis is still deepening for many of them. The Human Development Index for Bosnia and Herzegovina for 21 saw a slight drop as well, while we see an increasing inequality data. The UNDP 22 special report on human security found troubling levels of perceived insecurity around the world. Even before the COVID-19 pandemic, more than 6 in 7 people at global level felt insecure. Perceived human insecurity is high across all Human Development Index groups, even in some countries with very high levels of human development. Polarization has moved in tandem in recent years, and in parallel, there is a breakdown of trust. Globally, fewer than 30% of people think that most people can be trusted, and this is the lowest value on record. This and other data paint a picture in which people's perceptions about their lives and their societies stand in stark contrast to historically high measures of aggregate well-being. In sum, two paradoxes: progress with insecurity and progress with polarization. The growing mismatch between the world as it really is and the conventional ways of understanding and doing things is an opportunity to do something new and something different. Many traditional approaches to policymaking that we still have today are rooted in past practices. We call on all stakeholders and on institutions to adapt to the world as it is today in order to achieve the future we aspire to. Institutions must go beyond setting new policies in order to interact with the social movements and to shape the new norms and values in societies. What choices and what policies can enable people thrive in face of uncertainty? At UNDP, we advocate for policy choices that focus on investment, insurance, and innovation. Investment in such economic choices that will help ease the pressure on the planetary reserves, which now exceeds twice the reserves of the planet we have. Insurance, including in social protection, to protect from the impact of the various compounding crises. And innovation that applies technology, but also creativity for a better quality of life. Today, in this conference, we are happy to have a dedicated conversation unpacking circular economy. And we argue that we need such economic choices where we will use less primary resources, we use more renewable resources. We apply better technology for reusing and recycling. What is good for the planet and what is good for the people is also good for business. We were proud to support last year the development of the draft roadmap for circular economy for Bosnia and Herzegovina, identifying economic sectors that should be a priority in transitioning to a green economy. We supported through a pilot 5 companies to engage in circularity with improved production, reduced negative impact on environment, and most importantly, with good economic data on the revenue and also possibilities of new employment. A large cohort of companies in Bosnia and Herzegovina are SDG business pioneers, thanks to the support from Sweden. And they already embrace principles of sustainability, which represent good choices for people and planet in their community, but also in their company. We hope that they are going to inspire many more in the country, and we thank some of them for being with us here today. Part of the same effort is our report on transposition of the Directive on Single-Use Plastics and its impact on the economy of Bosnia and Herzegovina that was prepared recently. And now we are working on a research that will show the potential of energy generation from waste to maximize energy recovery and ensure circularity. We are working to shape a portfolio on circular economy that would help us engage with partners through integrated solutions going forward. It is up to us to break this building complex of uncertainties and to set a new course by engaging everyone together in decision-making, rebuilding this trust and in designing innovative solutions for the future. From where we go from here is up to us. We look forward to this conference today. Thank you very much.
Hvala vam, gospođo Nedera.